Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about data handling. In 7th standard, this is the third chapter, data handling. So what it will be in the data handling? Let us see the introduction. What is data handling? Data handling is the way in which data can be represented graphically to give a clear idea of what it represents. It is easier to interpret and organize data using pictorial representation. Data handling includes bar graph, pictograph, and tally marks. So about these graphs and what will be in the data handling, let us learn. So main in this chapter, we are going to learn about mean, range, mode, and median. So about these four, we are going to learn in this class. Let us see what do you mean by mean, and what do you mean by range, and what do you mean by mode, and what do you mean by median. So let us see first mean. So this mean only it is called as arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean. The most common representative value of a group of data is the arithmetic mean or the mean. To understand, let us look at the following example. So this arithmetic mean only simply we can say as mean also. See here one example they have given 384. So 3 plus 8 plus 4. So this is the sum of each item and sum of observation. 5 plus 5 plus 5. So let us see here one more example for arithmetic mean. Two vessels contain 20 liters and 60 liters of milk respectively. What is the amount that each vessel would have if both share the milk equally? When we ask this question, we are seeking the arithmetic mean. See here, what is the question? Two vessels contain 20 liters and 60 liters. In 1 liter, there are 20 liters of milk, and in another vessel, there are 60 liters of milk. Now you have to find in each vessel. So what is the arithmetic mean you have to find? So for this, what you have to do means, first you have to, arithmetic mean means total quantity by number of vessels. So here we have total quantity which is 20 liters and 60 liters. Then we have two vessels. So total quantity of milk will be 20 plus 60 liters of milk. The number of vessels will be 2. So 20 plus 60, which it will be 80, and 80 by 2 if you do 40 liters. So now you can say that each vessel will be containing 40 liters of milk. So in this way you will find the arithmetic mean. So arithmetic mean means sum of the observations by number of observations. So this formula, by using this you can find the arithmetic mean. Next, let us see range. What do you mean by range? The difference between the highest and the lowest observation gives us an idea of the spread of the observations. This can be found by subtracting the lowest observation from the highest observation. So here what do you mean by range means? So highest minus lowest. So this is the formula we should use for range. Let us see the example for range. The difference between the highest and the lowest observation gives us an idea of spreading of the observation. So range means, so you have to find the difference between the highest and lowest. So this can be found by subtracting the lowest observation from the highest observation. So we call the result the range of the observation. So look at the following example. So highest minus lowest. So here let us see the example. The ages in years of 10 teachers of a school are 32, 41, 28, 54, 35, 26, 23, 33, 38, 40. So this is the ages in the school of a teachers. So in one school, this is the age of the 10 teachers. So now what you have to find here? So there are three questions. So how you have to find? Let us see. What is the age of the oldest teacher and that of the youngest teacher? Next question is, what is the range of the ages of the teachers and what is the mean age of these teachers? See here, first what you have to do means for first question, what is the age of the oldest teacher? So old means what? So who is the more age? Old, younger means less, older means more. So oldest means in this, who's the oldest teacher? So first to find this, what you have to do means first you have to arrange this in ascending order. So let us write by arranging ascending order. Arranging the ages in ascending order, we get 23, 26, 28, 32, 33, 35, 38, 40, 41, 54. So you know that ascending order means from small to big we will write. So the same way only these 10 teachers ages we have arranged in ascending order. So we find that the age of the oldest teacher is 54 years and the age of the youngest teacher is 23. So that means youngest will be the small age and oldest is the bigger age. So now we can say youngest is 23 years and oldest is 54 years. So now easily we can find the range. So we have learned range means highest minus lowest. So here the second question they have asked, what is the range of the ages of the teachers? So range of ages of teacher means highest minus lowest. So highest we got here 54 and lowest we got here 23. So 54 minus 23, if you take 31 years, you can say. So now you can say the range of teacher is 31 years. So in the same way here, one more question they have asked, find what is the mean age of these teachers. As we have learned in previous, arithmetic mean. So what you have to do, so sum of the age of all the teachers divided by number of teachers. So here all these you have to add and number of teachers is 10. Okay, so now all these ages if you add, you will get 350 by 10. So 350 by 10 if you divide, you will get 35 years. So mean of the teachers is 35 years. So now you know how to find the mean and how to find the range. So mean is number of, so that means sum of the observations divided by total number of observations. Range means highest minus lowest. So next, let us see what do you mean by mode. So what do you mean by mode? The mode is the number that appears most frequently in a data set. A set of numbers may have one mode, more than one mode, or no mode at all. Other popular measures of central tendency include the mean or the average of a set and the median, the middle value in a set. So here nothing. So what do you mean by mode means the mode is the number of that appears most frequently in a data set. Suppose if they have given the data means in that, so what the number is repeating many times. So which number is appearing many times, that is the mode. Let us see with the example. Find the mode of the given set of numbers. So here you can see they have given 1, 1, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 4. So here this is the data they have given and in this you have to find, so what is the mode. So now what you have to do is arranging the numbers with same values together we get 1, 1, 1. So you can see here 1 is repeated 3 times. So as we have written, and here 2 also you can see 4 times it is repeated. So we will write here, and 3 is only 1 time, and again here 4 is 2 times. So we will arrange in this type. Now you can say which number is repeated many times. So here 1 is 3 times, 2 is 4 times, and 3 1 time only, 4 2 times. So now you can say here which number is repeated many times. So you can able to say that is 2. So now mode of the data is 2 because it occurs more frequently than other observation. So if you observe 1, 3, 4, so the 2 is appears many times. That means 4 times it is appeared. So you can say that the mode of the given data is 2. So in this way we will find mode. Now let us see median. What do you mean by median? So this is the last one, median. Median is the middle value of the given numbers or distribution in their ascending order. Median is the average value of the two middle elements when the size of the distribution is even. See what is here means median means only you can say, you can understand that middle of the number. So middle of the given numbers. Okay, median is the middle value of the given number. So for any data, if they have given means what number can come in the middle. So that is the median. See here 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So in these numbers, so what is the median? We can say so 6 is in between. So you can say 6 is the median. Let us see with example. Find the median of the data. 24, 36, 46, 17, 18, 25, 35. So this one they have asked, and for this data they have asked you to find the median. So now first what you have to do means these numbers you have to arrange in ascending order. So when you arrange in ascending order means small to big. So you have to arrange that 17, 18, 24, 25, 35, 36, 46. So now you can say which number is in between. So here if you say 3 numbers and this side is 3 numbers, so 25 is the in between. That means this number is in center, it is there. So you can say that 25 is the median. So median is the middle observation, therefore 25 is the median. So you can say that for the given data is 25 is median. So now I hope you understood how to find the mean and how to find the mode range and how to find the median and everything, all these four. And here one more example is there for median also. See, find the median of 4, 5, 7, 12. So before we have seen that is in the even numbers case. Suppose in case if you get the odd numbers, suppose here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 only is there. So if you have 5, so that time, so how you have to tell the median? Step 1. Count the total numbers given. There are 5 elements or numbers in the distribution. So here what you have to means in the given data, you have to count the numbers, how many are there. So as here we have 5 numbers. So easily you can say now what is the next second one, arrange the numbers in ascending order. So these numbers what they have given that you have to arrange in ascending order. So if you arrange in ascending order, that means from small number to bigger number, 1, 2, 4, 5, 7 you will get. Now the total elements in the distribution is odd. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers, this is the odd number. The middle position can be calculating using the formula n plus 1 by 2. So the middle position is 5 plus 1. So that means 5 here. N means total number of numbers. So 5 plus 1 by 2. So that means 5 plus 1 will be 6. 6 by 2 equals to 3. So the number at the third position is median. So you can say that 4. So you can say in this way also, or simply you can say this here 2 numbers and easily you can find out 4 is the median. So no need to, so if you are getting confusion means no need to apply this formula. So you can say that easily which number is in between, so that you can say as a median. Next, we have learned so far now mean, median, mode and range. So here also you can easily you can say, so here the data they have given and you can find range. So how you can find mean means first all these numbers you have to add and divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is there. So these all numbers you have to add and you should divide by 9. So then you will get mean equals to 15. Then range how you have to find highest minus lowest. So here you can say that 21 is the highest and lowest is 13. So 21 minus 13. So it gives how much it gives? 21 minus 13, it gives us 8. So range is 8. So next is mode. So mode means how you have to find which number is repeating many times. So here you can observe that 13 is repeated many times. So you can say mode as 13. And median. So when you arrange 13, 14, 16, 18, 21, so which number you will get in the between? So 14 you will get. So median is 14. So now in this way we will find mean, median, mode, range. So I hope you understood. Next, let us see the graph. Parts of a graph. Parts of a bar graph. Y-axis. The line on graph that runs vertically up and down. So you know that. So like this we will write, and this is called x-axis and this is called y-axis. Through vertically up and down through 0. It is used as reference line so you can measure from it. Next, x-axis. The line on a graph that runs horizontally left to right through 0. It is used as a reference line so you can measure from it. So you should know first of all in a bar graph which is a x-axis and which is a y-axis. Next, bars. They can be horizontal or vertical. Bars of a bar graph are used to show how large each value is. So the in a bar graph, the bars will be, it may be vertical or it may be horizontal also. Next, scale. A scale on a graph is what we use to measure the distance between the given coordinates. So now here is a graph. See here, one example they have given. Bar graph. 200 students of 6th and 7th classes were asked to name their favorite color so as to decide upon what should be the color of their school building. The result are shown in the following table, represent the given data on a bar graph. So here what is the question means, they have asked the students, 6th and 7th standard students, and to say their favorite color so that they can, so whose favorite color will be the more, so they can color that their school building in that color. So now here they have given the data. So how many number of students chosen the colors. So here favorite color as they have given red, green, blue, yellow, orange, and number of students. So red color liked 43 children, and green color liked 19 children, blue color liked 55 children, yellow color liked 49 children, and orange liked 34 children. So this is the data they have given, and by using these data you have to draw the bar graph. So how you will draw the bar graph? So now, as I said in the previous, so this is called x-axis. This is called x-axis and this is called y-axis. So always we will take in the x-axis mean colors, and here in y-axis we will take the number of students. So you can say this is the colors, and here you can take as number of students. So now how you will draw bar graph? See, red color liked 43 children. So here you can see red color from 0 you can take, and this is the red color, and here 43. So here if you see, if you observe in your graph, so here 0 to 10 there will be in small 10 lines, and 10 to 20 in the same way also. So 10 lines you will be. So here 43 you can mark, then you should draw like this. Then green color liked 19 students, so only 19. This is the way you will draw. Next blue color 55. Next yellow color 49. Next orange is 34. So in this way you will draw the bar graph. Now let us see how you will draw bar graph, double bar graph. A mathematics teacher wants to see whether the new technique of teaching she applied after quarterly test was effective or not. She takes the scores of the 5 weakest children in the quarterly test out of 25 and in the half-yearly test out of 25. So here what the teacher has done means, so she has taken the data of weak children and which she has conducted quarterly and half-yearly exams. So here she has taken the 5 students of the marks. So this is the data. Students Ashish, Arun, Kavish, Maya, Rita. So here in quarterly exam, so they have got the marks, and half-yearly exam also they have got the marks. This is the data, and by using, so quarterly, half-yearly, before means we have seen only one bar graph. Now here you have to mark double bar graph. So how you will do this? So how you will represent this data by using double graph. So as I said, so this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. Always we take in the x-axis names and y-axis we will take marks. So here Ashish, Arun, Kavish, Maya, Rita, and here 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So here we have taken 1 unit equals to 5 marks. So this scale also important, you have to write 1 unit equals to 5 marks I have taken. So now here, so suppose if I take Ashish, so this Ashish in quarterly he got 10 marks and in half yearly he got 15 marks. So now how you are going to represent that? See here, so first we will write quarterly marks, how many he got. So in quarterly he got 10 marks and in half yearly he got 15 marks. Then same way Arun 15 and 18 marks. Kavesh he got 12 and 16. Then Maya got in quarterly 20 and in half yearly 21. And Rita got in quarterly 9 marks and in the half yearly 15 marks. Okay, so here which is in white color, that is the quarterly, and which is a little bit shade, this is the half yearly marks. So in this way you will find double bar graph. Next, so now we have seen what do you mean by bar graph. Now let us see what do you mean by tally. A method of counting frequencies according to some classification in a set of data. For each of counting every fifth observation is represented by a diagonal line crossing the previous four to make a 5-baud gate. Tally charts are often used with grouped observations. So if you see, for example, so you have learned in previous classes also, favorite pets here they have taken. So you can say this is a favorite pets and how many number they have liked. Suppose now here this animal, if they have liked 10 member, means how you have to represent in the tally. So 1 2 3 4 lines you will draw, and again from here vertical one more line you will join with this. So this is represent 5, and one more 5 then 10. So and this if you take dog, so only 4 children liked. Next, if you take cat, 6 children they will like. So now how many children, how they have liked. So this is the way we will represent. Let us see one more example. Tally how you will do. See here, following are the margins of victory in the football matches of a league. So here in football match, here they have given the data. Find the mode of this data also. So you can say this in mode means what, which number is repeated many times, and that is the mode, and how you have to arrange this in tally. So now here you can see, so from here what the data they have given, here the numbers are 1 2 3 4 5 6 only it is there, and here 1 how many times it is repeated means 9 times, 2 it is repeated as 14 times, 3 is repeated as 7 times, 4 is repeated as 5 times, 5 is repeated as 3 times, and 6 is repeated as 2 times. And now this data how you will represent in tally. So 9, so this is one group 5, 1 2 3 4, and like this if you draw, and this is 5, and here 1 2 3 4 9. So in this way you will draw. Next 14, 5 plus 5 10, and again 4. 7 means 5 plus 2 7, then 5 in this way, 3 1 2 3 2. So like this you will represent the tally. So how you will show the data in tally means in this way you will show. So next is what are pictographs. So now this is also you have learned in previous classes. So how you have to show the pictograph. The representation of an information through pictures is called a pictograph. Pictographs use relative sizes or repetition of the same icon, picture or symbol to show comparison. Also called pictogram, pictorial chart, pictorial graph or picture graph. So this you can say pictograph. So how you will represent this? Sports played by third grades. So this is the third standard children played the games, and how you will represent this as a pictograph. See here you can see this one picture means 10 students. So here baseball 1 2 3 4 5 pictures they have given. So 5 pictures means here one picture represents 10 students. So now you can say baseball played 50 children. In the same way, football, here they have given 3 pictures. So one picture represents 10 students. So football played 30 students. Next, snooker, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 diagrams means 6 into 10, you will get 60 children are played this game. Next is hockey, there are 2 pictures, and these 2 pictures means 2 into 10. So hockey played 20 children. Next, basketball, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means 40 children played basketball. So now in this way you will show the pictograph. Next let us see chance and probability. This is the last topic. So how you will find the chance and probability. These words often come up in our daily life. We often say there is no chance of it raining today, and also say things like it is quite probable that India will win the World Cup. Let us try and understand these terms a bit more. Consider the statements. So now in our daily life, we will use these words commonly. So there is no chance of it raining today, and it is not impossible. It is quite common. So these words we will use. So now in these words, so in which cases we will use. So you have to find. So here there are the statements. The sun coming up from the west. Is it right statement? So as you know that the sun is coming from the west. No, the sun coming up from the east only. So that sun coming up from the west. So for this, what you can use? So you can use that. So it is not possible. So there is no chance. So that means the sun, you know that this is a natural thing. The sun always coming from the east only. Next, see here, an ant growing to 3 meters height. So is it possible the ant will grow 3 meters height? No. So just it is in a millimeters. Next, if you take a cube of larger value, its side will also be larger. Next, if you take a circle with larger area, then its radius will also be larger. Next, India winning the next test series. So all these, in these all cases, what you will use? So if we look the statements given above, you would say that the sun coming up from the west is impossible. So an ant growing to 3 meters is also not possible. One of the other hand, if the circle is of a larger area, it is certain that it will have a larger radius. You can say the same about the larger volume of the cube and the larger side. So on the other hand, India can win the next test series or lose it. So that means that India, it may win or it may lose. So both are possible. So like this, we will use. Next, we will see what do you mean by probability. What is probability? We know that when coin is thrown, it has two possible outcomes, head or tail, and for a die, we have 6 possible outcomes. So here means, suppose if you want to play any match, so first we will put the toss. So whether it may come head or it may come tail. Same way when you are playing Ludo, so you have a dice, so which have 6 numbers in that. So we also know from experience that for a coin, head or tail is equally likely to be obtained. We say that the probability of getting head or tail is equal and is for each. Okay, so now here when you throw the toss, so it may come head or it may come tail also. So we don't know, but so coin is one and head or tail. So there are the 2 options. Now for a dice, probability of getting either of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 is equal. So you can observe that on a dice, so you will be having 6 numbers. So that is for a die, there are 6 equally likely possible outcomes. So when you throw the dice, it may come 1, it may come 5, it may come 3 or it may come 4, like that up to 6 there are the options. So when you throw once, so one number you will get. So we say each of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 has on 1, 6. So that means dice is 1 and we have the 6 chances. So you can say that 1 by 6 of probability. So we will learn about this in later classes also. So whereas you can say for that when you throw the toss, so for this what is the probability you can say? You can say for the probability 1 by 2. So this is the probability. So now you know how you have to learn probability and chances, and we have learned in this mean, range, mode, median, and how to draw the graph, double graph. All this we have learned in this data handling. I hope you understood. Thank you.